All right, so we got the brows done, we got the eyes done. Next, we want to kick it up a notch because you could leave the house like this, but you want to step it up. Begin to add some color and put some color back into the face. So first, we're going to start with a cream blush. Cream blush, which I'm using Rare Beauty in the color Happy, and then also another blush here from, this is the Made by Mitchell press case. Another blush you could get, just a simple like Wet n Wild blush. So for blush placement, and this is liquid, so you just need a dot. I like to place a couple dots by the eye, pretty high. And I think for beginners, it's good to like do this one by one. You'll see a lot of people do blush and contour and stuff all together, but I think if you're learning or you're just, you're not really used to using blush and stuff, it might be better to just do one at a time. Okay, so I like to blend in the blush, and the thing about blush, it's buildable, right? And this is a cream blush, and you can always add more blush. And that just adds some more color in the face, because when you put your foundation in, it removed all the color from your face. All right, so next I like to go in with my bronzer, and I think I mentioned this in a video earlier. This is Juvia's Place Caramel. I like to use a bronzer because I like a really warm. Some people like contour, it's the summer, so I like a warmer. My forehead, around my nose, anywhere where I have natural dimension on my face anyway. So I think that the thing is with makeup is like you're enhancing your features, you're exaggerating, bringing out certain features. That's what makes it look really good. And then I like to blend that out. This is a contour brush. So you want a brush that has kind of like a soft angle to it. And I'm just gonna blend that contour bronzer up. Like I said, whichever you prefer. I feel like contour is a bit cooler and bronzer is warmer. So it just depends on the look that you're going for. And for smaller areas, which I do have my smaller brushes when I add the concealer in, but right now I'm just doing a general blend with the big brush to try to spread this out, because we don't want it to be like a harsh line. We want this to like be really, really dispersed. Okay. So after I do the cream and the liquid, then I like to go in with the dry. So that's when I go in with that powder. So that's when I'm going to go in and layer, add my blushes on top to sort of set this. And same thing with my contour. This is a medium Hoola Benefit Contour Bronzer. I think it's a bronzer technically. And I like to go in and set it. And also I think it's good for beginners to use different brushes for contour and blush so that your product doesn't get all muddy. Okay, so now we're done and we're looking really red, really warm. And now we're gonna go in with our concealer. Like I mentioned earlier, concealer, I'm using the Black Radiance concealer. I also have some concealer brushes. These are from Morphe, these nice round fluffy brushes to blend. And so I do have a concealer brush to place the concealer. So again, I'm just following where I naturally have light hit my face. And anywhere that I need extra coverage or that I want to sort of bring forward. Okay, so for my concealer placement, I have this according to my face. So this is something you're gonna have to just learn with your face. And You want to just let this dry down a bit, and we're going to blend it. And then after we're going to blend it, we're going to set it with a lighter powder. And I have, again, the Maybelline Fit Me, and I have a blending brush. You could also use a baking powder. And the best way to blend out your concealer is going to be to start with the edges. So you want to blend out the edges first. And I have this concealer also around my mouth, and that is going to help when I am lining my lips later. Okay, so it helps to make your liner stick. And I'm just blending around the edges. And this is gonna cool down that the blush, the contour, and elevate the look, make it very polished. Again, we're putting that dimension back into the face that we took away. Now we're adding the light back in. We already added the warmth back in. And you can always go in and add more contour, add more blush if your concealer took away too much of that. So now I'm going in to set my concealer with a powder. Remember, always like cream, wet, whatever, and then go in with the setting. And I'm just adding in to cut. Okay, once that's set, I like to melt all this down with Juvia's setting spray, Juvia's Place setting spray. I'm gonna hit myself with the fan to let this dry down. Next, I want to get a translucent setting powder like a Laura Mercier. I'm using Danessa Myricks Evolution powder. I believe this is the best powder to me. And then I'm gonna go on my floofy brush, tap the X. I'm just going to dot this all over to set this look. Now if I'm feeling extra, I'll add a little highlight. This is from Rare Beauty in the color Exhilarate, and I like to do my button nose and the bridge of my nose. And then I use the One Size On Till Dawn, shake that up, and I set my face. Okay, now for the lip combo. I'm using Maybelline Ultimate Lipstick. This is in the color More Buff. I think this is actually discontinued. And then for my lip line, I'm using the color Brown. And I overline my lips. So you have your lip line, you just want to go above that. And I'm also going to go in with MAC Chestnut. Again, just over that line. Again with the lipstick. I got one of these silicone blenders. I'm just gonna blend. And then last, I'm just gonna add a gloss to the very center. And clean the lip line with any concealer. And that's it. We're done. Everyday Soft Glam. Bye. Like, that's a beat. Front facing camera, no filter.